Welcome to the last review of Season Presentation for 2011. We bring you the Looney Tunes Show.
Yes, imagine a show based around the lives of Looney Tunes characters from the past and stuff, living in houses, have jobs, yada yada yada. And of the 2 seasons of this, I must say they did a really good job bringing these characters to life in their own ways and stuff. And yeah, let's see how this goes.
I totally agree.
Yeah, because the Looney Tunes Show, while watching a Cartoon Network for the first time, it was a really great show and it was really hilarious. And during the time after the show ended and everything, for years, people were debating if it was a good show or a bad show because how they made the Looney Tunes characters somewhat out of character in a way, like one certain character. But really, I didn't mind the show.
Yeah, I didn't mind the show either.
And you first?
I mean, yeah, like placing them in a little bit of a modern setting, I guess like it's a way to shake things up, but I just still didn't mind it because ever since like watching the Looney Tunes from way back ago, I just thought it was like decent enough.
Yep. Let's take it back to one of the first few episodes some people might have watched in their childhood. Yes, Best Friends.
Yes, that's where I started also.
Me too.
Christian, why don't you, explain the episode?
Bugs actually a game show, and I also say commercial for Best Friends, and definitely said you should go on there. And Bugs said, "Well, do you know anything about me?" And he asked a question, still got wrong. And also, I was wondering what his birthday was. He kept guessing, and they found out it's like July 27th and stuff. So they eventually get onto the game show. Daffy got answers wrong, and then Bugs told him do the opposite. He got everything right until the very last question. What is his catchphrase? Daffy didn't do squat. He didn't know what his catchphrase was. He said, "I don't do Mondays. It's what's up, Doc." And they had a big fight about it. And then Daffy decides to take on the cruise that was the prize. Turns out that he used his credit card number to get on the cruise. But she almost blotted it out in public.
That's all you... Really, you can't really trust a guy named Daffy Armando Duck, or should I say Sheldon. Really. Anyways, but yeah, this is a good episode as well. Another good episode, especially funny to the end, was Members Only. So, of course, the episode starts off with Daffy sneaking into a members-only club, and Bugs, this is where Bugs first meets Lola Bunny, and this is where we get into, like, Lola's, because as she was portrayed in, like, Space Jam and other cartoons, she's, portrayed as, like, dumb blonde, typically.
Yep.
But, yeah, while they're just bonding a little bit here and there, and, just meeting Lola's parents, and assuming that he was proposing to her, everything just went, like, too fast and everything, and meeting Pepe Le Pew and everything. And when it went to, the wedding, it was just like, wow. She had her second thoughts, and then wanted to, date Pepe Le Pew. But then again, this was a stupid kind of recent thing, because in other episodes, she went back to Bugs. Like, what the hell?
Well, just flanderizing, it just can freak up a character, so that's the way it is.
And yeah, Daffy using his supposed, code and everything, especially learning that was originally from Lola's dad, Walter's code, and, just being punched by him. Let's see here. Another one. First, would you like to explain Jailbird and Jail Bunny?
One of my other personal favorites, yeah. So Daffy is arrested and sent to court for littering in the Grand Canyon, and while some hijinks takes place in the freaking courtroom, both Bugs and Daffy are sent to jail for contempt of court. However, Bugs seems to enjoy being in jail time. Because he can insult anybody and not really get punished for it, especially doing insults towards Crusher. But they managed to escape, go off on the lam, just try to just cope with life or whatever, and then once Daffy litters again, Like, we're just status quo. It's like, oh shoot, here we go again.
You know, I like that, but what confuses me the most is like how much Bugs like to be in jail so often.
I mean, well, again.
Well, I read.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Christian.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but yeah, I think I read about the reason Bugs was so happy anyway, because like, his Debbie, and also like because he thinks that like hanging out with these people is awesome, and then like as soon as like he's leaving jail, he didn't want to leave. He's getting upset and stuff. But of course, in a later episode, in season 2, where he actually does end up jail for a year or so, he didn't like enjoy it because he was with Daffy, so it didn't feel so lonely. So, but yeah, Jailbird and Jail Bunny, yeah, it's one of the most memorable episodes, especially Daffy kept accidentally insulting Crusher. It like is like staring right to the face. So yeah,
I mean, also mentioning, if we didn't mention this, it's like feeling bad for Porky because the judge and anybody else was mentioning why you're not wearing any pants.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you not wearing?
Let's not forget the soda spoon thing.
Oh yeah, I remember that as well. Good times. Pause for a second.
Oh.
Alright, another good episode was Reunion. Basically, being anxious about, like, his high school reunion. Daffy starts trying to, like, pick a certain job or something to, like, so he doesn't seem like a loser. Because the story he tells Bugs is that he was, like, the popular kid. And, everything else and throwing cake at Porky's, face. But what actually happened, that's the reverse. Porky was popular while he threw the cake at Daffy. And he did apologize multiple times.
Maybe so, but it still doesn't change the fact that it's his fault for making Daffy the way he is now.
That is true, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I also like the dancing montage and everything. It was a pretty good episode. Let's see here.
Agreed.
Christian, would you like to explain Sunday Night Slice?
With pleasure. So we have the origin, like how did Speed Gonzalez's restaurant Pizzeria? Well, it wasn't originally that. It was called, oh crap, what was it?
Girardi. I mean, like, wasn't it? Or
Thank you.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, so yeah, of course, Bugs definitely go there every Sunday to hang out until the owner of the place and their good friend starts to leave Italy, and everyone's missing him stuff, so they find a way to like keep it alive. So Bugs decides to like buy and own the restaurant so he can like give it to everyone. And of course, he hires some people like Marvin and Pete the Puma. Of course, Daffy being a military uniform. You think it would go great, but it didn't. Yeah, everything went to hell fast. But soon later, Bugs discovered that Speed is super fast. He has an idea. He used him to cook the pizzas. Visit is went swelling, and he decided to give the restaurant to Speedy, and thus Pizzeria was born.
As I was saying, like, what I would say is, like, that was a good episode, but there was one certain scene that happened 2 times where it was sad and effed up. It was with Porky eating his own kind.
Right.
Cannibalism.
Bro.
And it took me this long to realize that.
The fact is that at the end of the episode, as he realized that, he's still eating it. I'm like, bro, why are you crying and still eating it? Get a control of yourself, man. Come on.
You're cannibal?
Yeah. But speaking of a Porky episode, first, do you remember the murder episode where Daffy thinks Porky is a murderer?
Okay. Not exactly.
All right. Well, Christian, do you remember?
Explain it? Yes. Okay, so the episode's called Murder. So, yes, Daffy's birthday is not till next week or so, so decided to move it to today. And then, until then, whatever. Then he saw on the news that we're looking for a crazed maniac, bald, short, blue vest, whatever, with a pig-like nose and stuff. And then he assumed that it was Porky, so that's where it gets all crazed and stuff, trying to avoid him. And then he sees all the pictures and stuff. And he thinks like it's more like a chainsaw. They saw red paint on his hand, or he thought it was blood. And then, of course, a battle happened with each other. And then went to Pizza Riba, found out it was his party. And then explained like what the stuff he was doing. The chainsaw was an ice sculpture in the paint for his banner. And then found out the real guy on the dude, and it looks similar to Porky, but it's actually a human being.
Damn. It's like that episode in general was too extreme. I'm surprised every time Porky got hurt, like, he survived each one.
I know. And how come he didn't sue Daffy after that?
Yeah. Again, cartoon logic, or just being a loyal friend, which he is, like, not Daffy, but Porky.
Well, there is a certain episode where Daffy is not loyal to Porky.
Would you like to explain to them?
Hang on, let me see what that episode is called.
Is it the one where he takes all his money?
And buys a boat?
Yes. Oh, yeah, a float. Okay. Yes, okay, so Bugs and Daffy are going to drive, and Daffy kept asking, am I clear on the highway? You can't, like, see anything because of those stupid wet feet. And so I crash into a big mud puddle as they get out there, so Daffy goes to the car wash. Bad idea, because it's with the water, yeah, it got destroyed. So this had Daffy sad and upset through the entire months and stuff. So he decided to like try to get his own another play float or boat, yeah, whatever, and then ask Bugs for a certain amount of thousands of dollars. So Bugs refused. He asked Porky, of course he had that. Well, less than that. Then he like gold, jewelry, and his clothes, whatever. And then Porky found about this, so the Bugs that he actually used the money to buy a yacht. He got pissed and started attacking Daffy, and so it turns out that they're in the middle of nowhere in the ocean because Daffy forgot to tie the knot of the rope to the deck. But later on, they finally went to shore. Daffy drowned in the ocean and needs to have a liver transplant, same amount of money for the yacht. And, well, Porky gave his liver to Daffy and stuff. Yeah, as it goes to show you that Daffy's not a good friend.
And what's even more sad is, like, towards the end of the episode, while he gave up his liver for, like, Daffy, he's the one that's painting, like, his float again. I'm like, dude, you can't be much of a dick for that.
That's why a lot of people don't like Daffy, especially in Looney Tunes show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but I'll talk about a episode where Bugs was in the wrong. The episode French Fries.
Oh.
Yeah. So, the story goes because Pizzeria, at first they didn't know it was, like, complimentary, and Daffy thought it was his fries and everything. But around this time, Porky got, like, these tickets for, I believe it was for a football game, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and then Porky and Daffy get into it. But this is where, as kids, you're like, oh, they're in the wrong. But as you're growing up, Bugs is in the wrong because he just wants them to get along just for him to see his football game, to be fair. Now, does that not seem like a dick move?
Yes.
Like, come on. You can't just, like, force him just because you want to make yourself happy. I mean, you got everything, Bugs. Come on.
But again, it is a fight over French fries. It's not really that much big of a deal, to be honest. So, like, it's complicated on both sides. Even though it was a D move, but still, it's just over fries. Like, what's the big deal?
Yeah. Let's see here. What's another good one?
Well, yeah, since you mentioned, people not... Since you mentioned Daffy not being a good friend, I do remember this one time he made a big mistake. Like, if y'all remember this episode, there was, of course, the episode where he made a post on the internet and everyone was shocked.
Oh, I remember that. It was like an email he sent out to everybody. But the thing is, he was not supposed to send it to everybody because he got the idea from his girlfriend. You know, he was basically suggesting that, you know, just writing everything out and then delete it afterwards. He didn't press delete. He pressed send to everybody.
Yeah, but apparently everybody except Yosemite Sam was freaking impressed. I mean, except, yeah, right. I did say like he's the one that did like it, right? I had to get my thoughts together.
That's right. But
Yeah.
dang.
Oh yeah, and also in that episode, of course, you know, there was in that episode also like Lola was wanting Bugs to join the family picture, but unfortunately he had a broken tooth. But then suddenly, and she was trying to keep him out of the picture, but unfortunately she failed because at the end of that, like, you know, her and everyone else got broken tooth as well, and they all got a family picture of it anyways.
Yeah. But that episode is also mixed because you do love the guy and everything, but just one messed up with his tooth and everything, and it's like a fucking problem. Like, come on. You can at least, like, close the mouth and smile. Like, you don't have to show your whole fucking teeth, but, you know. Again, that's how it goes.
Well, he tried that, so it didn't look right to him.
Yeah. Well, again, you know. What do you call it? Christian, would you like to talk about the episode Double Date?
Yes, the first appearance of Tina Russo. So yeah, Daffy is a business place called the Copy Place, and this girl is like copying and trying to get her attention, like copying his business cards with his deductive wizard, and then like later on, he talks to Lola. Is like, I seen this girl. I think she's pretty, and then Lola gives him a poem to read to her. So they practice. But as soon as Daffy is reading to Lola, she starts to fall in love with Daffy. And Lola barely has anything to do with Bugs because she's into mine with Daffy. And then Daffy asks Rosa, "Hang on a minute."
I'll explain. So, what do you call it? Towards also this. Okay, towards also this, what do you call it? This is where Bugs actually messes up because of how his and Lola's relationship is, because she has the mic and she was like, "That's my boyfriend." He was like, "No, I'm your boyfriend." She's like, "Say that again." I was like, No. I was like, "Dude, you just messed it up for yourself."
Yep, and that became a meme.
Oh, damn. But to be fair, that episode was good, to be fair, because I was good, you know, because Daffy got lucky, you know, at least a girl likes him.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and also like there was also this one episode where, of course, you know, Bugs like ate too much stuff with butter, and suddenly he got like big and fat.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yep. Yeah, and of course, we all know this meme real well. Since Bugs got big and fat, he literally legit turned into Big Chungus.
I remember when that first came to Earth and everything. I remember a bunch of us would mention it in class. Surprisingly, the teacher didn't have no problem, but other students was like, "What, is everything about Big Chungus?" I'm like, "Yeah, because you're boring us into say shit. So be quiet."
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks.
And also, get this.
Also,
even if Bugs was all fat, he was still able to save Daffy because he yelled he can't swim because Daffy was like about to drown, but then suddenly he jumped into the pool and made a huge splash, and it splashed all the water out of the pool, and he saved Daffy.
Mm-hmm. And go ahead, Christian.
My mom called me because she's watching Home Improvement in season 7. One of the boys, I did not know this, is the voice of Simba.
Oh yeah, one that everybody might have, you know, we all saw is Casa del Cama. Yeah, because that's where we see, you know, Bugs and Daffy going on a vacation, and we see that parody character of Scarlett Johansson, Starlet Johansson.
Voiced by Greg.
Let it go, big head.
Stupid. Anyways.
Anyway, continue with.
No. Since because you did that, go ahead if you want to explain more.
I'm sorry. Anyway, yes, like Blitz said, Daffy and Bugs go on vacation to Captain Oklahoma, hence the episode. And well, before that, they were trying to like look for it via GPS. Of course, it was working, and then actually to a trailer park where they met Daffy Zucker, which he doesn't have to do with. But they eventually find a place, and then that's where they see the most beautiful girl Daffy has seen, and Bugs too. But Daffy mainly wants her. And so he tries his best to try to woo her, but her bodyguard has nothing want to do that. Like, you're not going near her, and stuff. Like, tried to dive, of course, Bugs drained the pool, and the sauna, he got beat up, and then later on, in a special pool that's supposed to make you younger, but you can't be in there for more than 10 minutes. It's been an hour or so, and Daffy is now a baby.
Oh, bye. It was all about it.
And then at the end of the episode, Bugs leaves with Starlet and limousine.
Who did he leave baby Daffy with? Like his uncle or someone?
His uncle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Would say this was a good Daffy Duck episode, but really feeling bad for him at the end was to bowl or not to bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Because, okay, in this episode, we found out that Daffy is actually a good bowler, and, just having his team of Pete Puma, Marvin the Martian, Porky Pig, and, of course, Bug come along, and, he has a rival, and, like, there's a big tournament and everything, and, bro... before I mentioned the end, there was, like, the scene where the Granny team, and legit, when Granny threw her bowling ball, it took forever and ever to hit those fucking fins.
I mean, you can't blame her. She's pretty elderly, but yeah, like Blitz said, it did take forever, like hours. It's not until everyone leaves that she finally rolled the ball and she got a strike instantly.
Yeah, but the most embarrassing part is, like, the final, bowling strike. Although we thought Daffy was going to get a strike, he did not, and got her.
I mean, if I was Daffy, I could have let Bugs bowl, because he would have gotten the strike immediately, but yeah, Daffy is a screw-up. And before this, he couldn't really bowl strike regardless, plus he had to use Porky as a him-sized bowling ball, and that's where he ended up in hospital. But he did it twice, even when Porky is in a wheelchair.
Similar to this also reminds me of that bowling episode of Regular Show.
I mean, like a little bit.
Yeah. I'll be back real quick, but you can talk about another episode.
Youngster talent. Yes, this episode, Gossamer. Well, of course, which. Hazel or Liza, whatever. Once her son Gossamer become friends with every kid in school, but they're like dissing him and stuff because he's a monster. So Daffy is forced to go with him and stuff, despite because he's afraid of his mom. But then he gets the idea to get in a challenge show. First, Gossamer says that he should sing, but Daffy said no. So he teaches him how to fight. Of course, he can get to him. But then tap dancing didn't work. Also, B plot to this. Bugs is hired to be in a commercial for Frozen Pizza, and everyone started to like it because what said, I like it, and that became, oh, he's so famous because of that. And also, that's a hassle for him, especially when Daffy accidentally set the house on fire. The firemen stop what they're doing. They stop only because they want to hear Bugs say, I like it. Who cares? Put out the fire. The fire going out is more important than someone saying, I like it. Come on.
Hey, it's the I like it guy. Come on, say it, dude. Say it.
I like it.
I like it.
Oh, he said the thing. Yay. Best freaking thing in the world.
But then, eventually, Gossamer finally got to sing, which everyone loved, especially the kids, and then Daffy showed him videotape of his childhood life and history and everything, and that's why they didn't want Gossamer to sing regardless.
But also noticing this, even though Daffy's a dick and this, anything else, out of the two of them with Bugs and Daffy, he helps Gossamer the most. Even if it goes wrong, at least he still helps, at least.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
So another episode that proves that Daffy is always a jerk. Of course, there was the episode where he was like framing people for taking his newspaper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. He had his whole dinner party and everything. And it's so stupid to legit look under your plates and they had like the same number.
Yeah.
I know, it kept changing every time, too.
Yep. Yeah, and plus, he...
But...
Go ahead.
Go, Christian.
I'm sorry. But yeah, as it turns out, I'm sorry to interrupt, Mastermind, that, turns out that he had to renew his subscription because his newspaper stopped staying because he forgot to renew his subscription. That's why no one stole his newspaper. It's all because he forgot that one thing.
Yep. And continue, Mastermind.
And yeah, one thing that surprised me in that episode, like, of course, Daffy was, like, being reasonable with Bugs. Like, Bugs made carrot pie, and he was telling him no one eats carrot pie. And then, yeah, he just ate the entire thing himself. And, like, after that, like, they forgave Daffy, and then Daffy said one toast. He said, "Which one of you took my newspaper?" And then Bugs slams the carrot pie in his face. And then after that, Sam says, "I'll drink to that." And yeah, everyone's just happy at the end. And then, of course, Daffy admits that no one took his newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
And which, regardless, he doesn't use to read. He just uses them to make up his braid flow.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, of course, after the credits of that episode, apparently Granny says, "Is this the bathroom?" And then Daffy's like, "No, go home."
Shoo. Yeah, I remember that. Another episode I think everybody might remember is Devil Dog.
You want to explain, boys?
Yeah, so basically the Tasmanian Devil escapes because the zookeeper, that was Pete Puma, he left like the gate open and he escaped. And, not knowing, like, he's a devil dog and everything, that Bugs take him as a pet. While he's nice to, like, Bugs, he's extreme with Daffy and everything. And, there's this one scene where Pete Puma was asking everybody if they've seen the Tasmanian Devil. And he's looking at the picture in the Tasmanian Devil. He's like, yeah, okay. You're officially blind. Oh, but...
No, he's just an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was, like, telling the guy to keep an eye on the Tasmanian Devil, and suddenly he just did something stupid. He removed the lock and said, "Hey, mister, you forgot your lock."
Yeah, it's like, why even give him the job? I mean, like, aren't there interviews with this? Like, I wonder how he passed that, though.
I have no idea, but I hope he got fired afterwards.
Yeah. But at least, although, like, Daffy and the Tasmanian Devil had their differences and everything, at least, in that one scene where he saved both of them by giving the Taz, like, his green hoodie and everything to save them.
Yep.
Let's see here. Another episode. Oh, one that everybody fucking remembers. First, would you like to explain the episode Peel of Fortune?
It's been a while. I'm not really sure if I remember that.
Want to explain it?
Yeah, go ahead, Christian.
Alright, so, Daffy and Bugs go to the mall, and, he's trying to get, a sundae, but he didn't have enough money, so he didn't get it. And Bugs was, like, opening up his TV. He asked Bugs, "How'd you get your money?" "I invented the pedicure." Apparently, he told us a million times, because there's, like, a montage. And then, he goes through his inventions and finds out that there's an automatic character. It's basically a pencil sharpener for carrots. This went wild after that. Bugs lost his money and stuff. And then Bugs told him that one of the steps was a cooling system, and the reason it was faulty in the first place because it was heating up. So yeah, Daffy skipped it because he was too sleepy. So yeah. And then they PRAISENTATION to prevent everything what happened, and yeah. And that episode was not bad, of course, but Daffy, of course, messed up.
What I liked about that episode was like the montage, like what Daffy has inventions.
Yeah.
The loaf of bread, bro, been invented. Toilet paper, been invented. Oh, beer.
Suitcase.
You invented a time machine?
Okay.
Yeah. You invented a time machine?
Oh my god. Oh, I remember that little clip where he's wearing pants in the escalator.
Yeah. Like, what, no mall nowhere?
And then when he was going back, he was trying to show the toilet paper to cavemen. Good times.
And making me mad.
Hey Christian, do you want to explain the Foghorn Leghorn story?
I was just about to bring it up. Thank you, Bless. Yes. Before we go to Daffy, their dog, Poochie, which is, of course, Taz, dug up a big hole and made both Bugs and Yosemite stuck in a hole in which they're stuck. And then Daffy finds a line to Foghorn Leghorn story, which is he thinks it's a movie playing, but it's actually an audition to play as Foghorn Leghorn in the movie itself. So Daffy ends up getting the role, apparently. And then Foghorn tells a story about the long lost turtle and stuff. Bugs and Yosemite also find a very ancient vase to figure out what it does. And then during a battle between Bugs, Yosemite, Daffy, and Longhorn after an argument, and find out the Burmese turtle was inside the vase that Yosemite and Bugs found in the hole. And then the movie went terrible because Daffy was like playing different roles, yada yada yada. But yeah, that episode was pretty interesting.
What was so funny is that Yosemite started eating Foghorn Leghorn's leg, like biting it.
That was Daffy. Actually.
Oh, really? Oh,
okay. No, you got it mixed up. Like Sam was trying to like put the hurt on Foghorn, but he wore himself out quick, and Daffy was the one that bit his leg.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Another episode that surprised me was the episode where Bug said that his fake sister Viola was moving in with him, and in that episode, Daffy joins the military and Bugs disguises himself as his fake sister, so that way he doesn't have to go to a peach festival. And he gets on a plane to Russia, and suddenly the Russians think he's a spy. But then a year later, he was saved by the military, especially Daffy. And yep, they went back home in that episode.
Yes. Oh, another one. That was pretty good, but pretty crazy at the same time. Off-duty cop. Right. Yep. Well, basically, in this episode starts with Bugs, just reading the paper and drinking and talking about coffee, and he goes to his doctor. And he's like, I'm telling him, drinking a lot of coffee, makes you like hyper and everything. So just like try to lay off the the coffee. And while this is happening, of course, Daffy is like so honored to like meet his favorite detective from I believe it was like the 80s. But yeah, as he learned that his real name is Leslie Hunt and everything, and he's just so mad that he becomes like the detective himself, while Porky is like his chauffeur. And yeah, just arresting anybody while no legal stuff and everything. He's just doing it out of his cause. And Yosemite brings out Spackle, if I'm saying that right.
Sparkle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, now Bugs is hooked onto this, and now he's just become a drug addict. But yeah, of course there's that there's the entire scene where Daffy and Bugs are just fighting each other, and yeah, it was half and half, but it was a good episode overall.
Yeah.
Oh, oh yeah, especially that one scene where it was like the ending scene where Bugs was like drink one coffee a day, where he basically had like a full mug just with coffee, like a big, big one.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, here's another episode that I know everybody knows. It's, of course, the episode where Daffy had a bump on his beak.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You want to explain?
Yep. So basically, Daffy had a bump on his beak, and then apparently everyone was, like, making him uncomfortable. They were, like, all telling him to relax. It's just a bump. And then he was, like, all screaming and running away and stuff. So then he goes to the doctor, and then they fixed his beak, but apparently it was ugly. And his girlfriend said he looks like a dog ate his face. And then suddenly she, like, punches him, and, like, now he has to go back again to get fixed.
Call Dr. Weisberg.
But the reason she didn't push it in the first place, because he compared his with hers, I called her beak a giant nightmare.
Dang.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
You remember the episode Father Figures?
Yes.
You want to explain?
Yes. Okay, so there is basically a like a father-son competition. Of course, Bugs is paired with dad to bond with each other. That's the whole point. And then Daffy got to pair up with Barghorn Leghorn, even though he's not really a father stuff, but a father figure. But then Walter is upset because Daffy is actually banned, and then of course they have a tennis match and stuff. It's also the B plot. Porky is also doing it too. He's taking care of Henry Chicken Hawk, but well, he doesn't want to do any of that because he is all set for chicken, because he's a chicken hawk. And then they're at the tennis match, and then he sees Foghorn, and he starts attacking him, starts eating him and stuff. Yeah, that just went a whole lot thing. But in the end, also that chicken looks good because he was eating chicken that Porky made. That was his grandmother's recipe, and then they got to bond together.
Mm-hmm. And speak of other fathers, the episode Daffy Duck Esquire. That's the one we meet Tina's father.
Right.
So basically, just trying to impress her father, and Daffy's pretending to be a lawyer and everything, while Bugs is trying to be Daffy, just basically being lazy. But this is kind of like backward because, he's liking Bugs more than Daffy. Although he's impressed that Daffy's a so-called, lawyer, but revealing at the end who he really was, just laughing at the end, I was like, oh, okay. But what was so, messed up too was, saying that he was a real lawyer, but got really pissed at him.
Well, the reason he wanted a lawyer in the first place is because he wanted to sue Pizzeria because the pizza burned his roof of his mouth and stuff, and then he was supposed to blow at it. It's like, no one told me to do it. It doesn't matter if no one tells you to blow on it. You just blow. If it's hot, blow on it. Don't eat it. Of course, I made that mistake many times, but you know what I mean.
But it's good while it's hot. That's what makes pizza so awesome.
Yep.
Especially the cheesy goodness of pepperoni. Oh my god. No, I could go on, but anyways. Let's talk about a few other episodes. Okay, yeah, the second to last episode, Best Friends Redux. Do you remember that one, Christian?
Of course. Okay, so Bugs gets a visit from his old friend from camp, in which Daffy is jealous because he thinks that he's getting replaced, so he runs into a witch neighbor. Apparently she has a portal to go back in time, so he orders the timeline. Now Bugs doesn't know who Daffy it is at all, so Daffy has to fix it all over again, and now everything's back to normal, yada yada yada. So yeah, that's basically the whole thing.
Yep. And also, of course, in that episode, of course, at the end, Daffy and Porky also sent little Porky back in time because, little Porky went to their time as well.
Yeah, but Daffy did one of the nicest things that he's done for Porky in,
for the first time. It's like not sending him to his original cabin, but sending him to the same cabinet as Rodney and Bugs. You know, just making it short. It's good.
Yep. And of course, after the credits,
Yeah.
we now see all Porky, Bugs, and Daffy all go, "That's all, folks."
Yep. And speaking of which, the last episode, well, a very good special when I first saw it. Like, Matsuma, would you like to talk about Super Rabbit?
Oh, yes. Yes. In this one, of course, as we all know, Bugs Bunny becomes Superman, and he's saving the town, and of course, Elmer is Lex Luthor, and Marvin Martian is Brainiac.
Yeah. And basically, Bugs is just telling Daffy his origins of, like, where he's actually from and everything. And all this happened because, you know, Daffy's trying to sell Bugs' stuff to buy something nice for Tina, but, you know, at the end of the episode, Bugs reveals to be Batman. How surprising.
Yeah. Plus, when he was Super Rabbit, he was also fighting Daffy because Daffy was a Krypton villain.
Mm-hmm. General Zod. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, of course, as Blitzy mentioned, at the end of the episode, he becomes Bat Rabbit.
Yeah.
I'm Bat Rabbit.
Man. But yeah, before like going to the cast and everything, also one of the best parts towards these episodes is like the melodies.
Yep.
Yeah.
But no doubt about it. Yep. Okay, so yeah, I'll go first. Yeah. One of my top ones is grilled cheese. Just everything about it is just like awesome.
Yep.
And what about you, Fresh? What's one of your favorites?
I like Cock and the Walk is pretty awesome to see all the things that Falcon Leghorn has accomplished over his life.
Awesome. And you, Christian?
Out of all the ones, my number one favorite is Daffy Duck the Wizard.
Yeah.
Nice one. And what about you, Mastermind? What's your favorite melody?
Daffy Duck the Wizard and also Chintzy.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one, too.
Yeah. Daffy prefers expensive things.
Not chintzy. Chintzy. Very chintzy. Oh, man. That was good. And another one I liked was Bull My Stack. You know, just trying to control his anger from, you know, Yosemite Sam just trying to control his anger. But it was still good. Let's see here.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Skunk Funk by Pepe Le Pew. Skunky, funky, skunky, funky, skunk funk. That was a good one, too.
Yeah. And there was also, of course, We Are in Love, and it's supposed to be Bugs and Lola's song.
Yeah, I remember that too. And oh yeah, Pizza Arriba. Good one as well.
Yep. And there was also another song about Sam. There was also his mustache.
Oh yeah, there was also one with Marvin. I'm a Martian. It was pretty cool, yeah. Let's see here.
And there was even
Chicken Hawk for me. Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh yeah, that was a good one too.
Yeah. And there was another song that he made. It was called Robot Love.
Yep, I remember that one as well. There was also the one with Lola Bunny and talk about the presidents.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and it showed, she mentioned some people who are actors in there, like, of course, I know she mentioned Wesley Snipes and Scarlett Johansson.
There was also Macintosh's song Be Polite.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any other ones from your guys' side?
You Like, I Like, also by Macintosh.
Oh, yeah, good one as well. Let's see. Which one was I looking for?
Yellowbird.
That's a good one too, yeah. It was also funny, that one.
Tasmanian Meltdown.
Good one. Yeah.
Right.
Queso Bandito featuring Speedy Gonzalez.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm trying to find that one. Do you remember the one melody where Walter just expressing, his gratitude for Bugs being a son-in-law someday? Do you remember that one or no?
No.
I do. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the title. Well, go ahead, Masterman.
Oh yeah, not only do they show melodies, but they also show short 3D anime clips of Wily and Roadrunner.
Yep, just had to find where it was. Oh yeah, it was called Wonderful Bugs. Okay, yeah, that was fun. Alright. But yeah, go explain it from your side.
Explain what from my side?
You said
Well,
like
you
Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner.
Yeah, like,
So
you could explain some of the ones you watched. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I think I watched all of them. My favorite ones were Silent but Deadly, and also, of course, Heavy Metal, because, Heavy Metal is supposed to be like, a reference to Iron Man, because, the part where he comes out of the cave and kills all the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good reference.
Another good reference to a superhero is, another Bat idea where he's Batman.
Yeah. And also, with Silent but Deadly, since they were both ninjas in that one, I'm assuming it was probably supposed to be reference to Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Possibly,
Not really.
Yeah.
Possibly. We don't know. But, going on, Fresh, what were some of your favorites?
Yeah, Silent but Deadly. That's like my top favorite one.
Okay. And Christian, what were some of the ones you remembered?
Silent but Deadly. There's also one where Coyote spread himself to become giant. Of course, that that messed up. And then there's one where he got trapped in an invisible box. Then he got crushed by a boulder. What else? Oh yeah, the freezing one where he turned everything into a winter wonderland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there was also even the episode where, he turned himself into a giant, but unfortunately there was a big mistake.
That's what I said.
He mentioned
He did mention that. He mentioned it.
My bad.
That's alright. That's alright. But, again, it was good as well. And now to the cast. Alright, so first, would you like to talk about the main dog himself?
Well, yeah, it's important to get Jeff Bergman in the way. It's important because he was the first to take over for Mel Blanc after he passed away, and he proved himself to be one of the all-time greatest successors ever, because his portrayals of characters like Bugs, Daffy, Tweety, Sylvester, Foghorn Leghorn, and Pepe Le Pew in the second season, it's just phenomenal. The man is a legend.
He is. But yeah, I do like his, versions of Bugs and Daffy, because this is the first show I first got introduced to those characters from his side.
Yes, I like Sesame too. On.
Alright. But yeah, it's the same from my side. And yeah, just being one of my favorite voices overall, and he did really wonderful for the show overall.
Yeah.
And next to him is, other Looney Tunes legend, Bob Bergen, who voices Porky Pig. And yeah, again, my favorite voice for Porky. Second has to be Mel Blanc, because I know people would put, top one for him, Porky is Mel Blanc, but Bob definitely proved himself, especially in the Looney Tunes show.
I agree.
And Christian, would you talk about Little Bunny's lifestyle there?
Yes. Kristen Wiig. This was my introduction to her before I started in Despicable Me and movies like Date Night and such. Yeah, her version of Lola. Of course, Lola herself first appeared in Space Jam because she was created specifically for that. Of course, she's the typical hot chick, but in this one, she's the typical dumb blonde. And not only is she dumb, she's also quite the chatterbox. She talks nonstop and she doesn't listen. But I have a theory that either she has autism or ADHD.
Perhaps both.
Who knows? But yeah, the way Kristen portrays as Lola is both hilarious and funny. But yeah, I'm glad they hired Kristen to voice Lola. She's like one of her most iconic roles in the show. And yeah, I'm glad that Wade got to be in this cast.
Same. Let's see here. First, would you like to talk about Speed Gonzalez's voice actor?
Fred Armisen. Yeah, this is my introduction to him. Again, like, it was just so cool that he's one of the more brighter and level-headed characters of the show. And of course, like him owning the Pizzeria restaurant, that was yeah, like, again, it was a nice gift from Bugs to him.
Yes, it was. Similar to you, Fresh, this was my second introduction to him. My first one was when he played Brainy Smurf from the live-action Smurfs movies.
Right, yes, because even though it was around the time of... Yeah, it just took me a while.
But yeah, what's also cool, like, again, he's one of, like, the few actors not to be, non-Hispanic to, like, play, Speedy. That's the cool thing also. And I do like the personality overall. Let's see. Oh yeah, and Christian, would you like to explain Yosemite Sam?
Yeah, before I do, my introduction, of course, your friend was Speedy, and then, of course, first.
No, it's not Fred.
But what I did know...
It's not Fred Tatasciore.
You said Fred Tatasciore.
That's what I was going to say. Let me finish. Wait, did I say Fred Tatasciore?
Yes!
Frick.
Dang.
Ay.
Okay, Alpha 5.
Okay, Fred Armisen, I mean, I also got to know him, and he's in Saturday Night Live.
Yes. But don't forget, he's also in Deck the Halls, Christian. If you remember.
Right, he's that German dude.
Yes, he is. Good job. But yeah. Oh yeah, also going forward, I was just saying, like, Christian, would you like to explain Yosemite Sam's voice actor?
Yes, Maurice LaMarche. Yeah, the way he portrays as Yosemite Sam is phenomenal, but of course, as years go by, he's had to retire because it started to, like, strain out his voice, so someone had to take over for Yosemite.
Just to clarify, not from voice acting, just from the character, before anybody freaks out when somebody watches this.
My bad.
Yeah. But yeah. Well, of course, Fred Tatasciore took over for Yosemite Sam, and it was pretty good. But yeah, this is my first show, and like, basically with Rachel Marsh's like Yosemite Sam, how I first got introduced to is Yosemite Sam overall.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, yeah. First, what was your first Yosemite Sam encounter with Rachel Marsh?
Well, yeah, same as you.
Oh, cool. And I believe this was one of my introductions to Maurice overall. There was others like, one of them was Adventure Time and many more, but still it was good. Let's see here. Oh yeah. First, would you like to talk about Granny?
Well, of course, the late great June Foray. She's wholesome and heartwarming as Granny. And I also did kind of like her origin story about how she came to be like serving in World War II. That was freaking phenomenal. That it blew my mind.
It was,
especially the line she said.
Yeah.
Especially the line she said, "I'm not a woman, I'm a whack."
Mm-hmm. And what's so crazy is that she has the real Eiffel Tower and behind her backyard and everything. Well, there's a fake one in Paris.
Yeah, how can you miss that?
Oh yeah, that one was really surprising.
It was. It was a funny encounter too because sitting in the attic and Daffy finding the picture. He was like, "Who is this? Your granddaughter?" "That's me." What? Oh man.
Yeah, and then of course the pictures, like Bugs was like confused because like he took a picture of him alone at the Eiffel Tower, and suddenly he saw that somehow Daffy and Granny were at the Eiffel Tower too.
And Going next, Christian, would you like to talk about which Hazel's voice actor?
Yes, she is voiced by none other than Roz Ryan. Not only has she voiced Witch Liza, if you are a fan of Marvel's Misadventures of Flapjack, she voices Bubba. Bubby.
All right, Greg, we got you. But yeah.
Anyway,
I think you mean Manny.
Oh no, because I was like, okay, Greg. No, because you know how he calls him that. But
it's just the way how you say it, but okay.
But also for you Adventure Time fans, you know, voicing the variants of Jake Cake.
right.
Just you know. But go on.
Yes, it was a Flapjack my introduction to Roz Ryan, and she is very sassy with both Bubby and Liza. But that's what I like about Roz Ryan, and the way she brings sass into characters, and that's what I love about it. And I really like Roz Ryan.
Yep, fantastic actor. Like, yeah, also getting introduced to her in like Hercules, the movie from Disney. Casey Undercover, great actor.
She was in Hercules?
Yes.
Come on, don't you mean Hercules?
Oh, she was one of the muses. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And speaking of which, yeah, very, weird, mother-son combination, but it worked for this show. First, want to talk about Gossamer?
Oh yeah, again, it's been like a while for me to just like really pronounce his name right. Kwasi,
Kwasi Boyek, maybe? I don't know, Bokeh?
I guess a little bit, but yes. So even though like I saw like Gumball first, and I was like, oh look, it's Darwin as Gossamer. That's really cool. Like bringing in this whole like. Instead of being like some kind of like threatening, hulking monster, he's now just this gentle giant, and it may be kind of a little bit mixed. I guess it's a little bit too much more of a gentle giant. It's like kind of like they went out of the way to just try to just make him gentle for the kids out there.
Yep. But Gossamer, he's a good kid. He doesn't mean no harm. Like he's just trying to make it good for everyone. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Marvin the Martian being played by Eric Bauza. I think it's like one of the few times he did play Marvin, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, I think this is his first time though.
Alright, just I'm checking, but yeah, out of all the voices, it's a tie between him and Bob Bergen as Marvin, but with his version, he does really well.
I agree.
Yep. Speaking of which, Pete Puma, who's voiced by John Kassir, he did really good, because this was my second introduction to him. The first was Ben 10.
For me, it was Jimmy Neutron.
Toga!
What's a Toga?
I don't even know you! Oh man, Seymour. But yeah, they really pulled his voice, because he used a very similar voice for Pete Puma for later on for TMNT 2012 as for Dave Beaver. Let's see here. Any other ones? Oh yeah, of course there was Billy West who played Elmer Fudd. This also was my encounter when he first played Elmer Fudd, and he did really good because I know he also played him also in Space Jam, but really good.
Rob Paulson and Jess Arnell as both Macintosh respectively.
Yes. Again, really good as well. Let's see here. John R. Hurley as well as Dad Walter. Who else? Just checking. Oh yeah, really super. Oh yeah, Christian. Now you could explain who played Scarlett Johansson.
Yes. Okay. Brandon Loyal played many roles like Scarlett Johansson and the comic episode. She didn't speak until at the very end. Of course, she had there were voices like giggling and screaming and stuff, but she didn't get to speak until the very end. And she also voiced the character in Arrow, which is Leghorn's assistant and stuff, and also played that's supposed to be his mom in the movie. But she also played many roles. But yeah, it's awesome that she's part of the cast.
That wasn't his mom. Like that was that was what was her name? Miss Prissy. Yeah, like one of the chickens that happened to be like part of the. Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Joe? I don't want Joe. I want Leslie. Hi, I'm Leslie. Oh my God, Jeff Bennett.
Yeah.
Oh man, Daffy made a huge mistake with that. Oh, also Jim Cummings as Taz. Again, one of his greatest roles ever.
Amen.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh yeah, speaking of Jeff Bennett voicing Sylvester's brother Alan and voicing Sylvester's mom, rest in peace, Estelle Harris.
Oh, Jim
And
Cummings also voiced Beaky Buzzard. Like, it's cool.
Yep. And, oh yeah, speaking of which, what do you call it? D. Bradley Baker played that German dictator. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Papa Bear being played by Marisa Marsh, Mama Bear being played by Gredola, and the Baby Bear being played by John Maggio. That was surprising.
But he did good.
He did. Oh yeah, what do you call it? Blow My Stack, the melody, what do you call it? Cree Summer voiced it, all three of the backup singers.
Yeah, so very surprising.
Just checking for more. There's also
Paris Booth.
Oh yeah, Paris Booth. You want to explain?
Yes, rest in peace to him. He voiced Leslie Hunt, aka Steve St. James, in Off-Duty Cop episode, and not only has he voiced Leslie Hunt in UAF, Alien Force Benton, and of course Elton Alien, he voices a character named Sunder, which was my introduction to Paris Booth before I saw this show. And also, in Justice League 2001 and Jessica Unlimited, he voices a character named Gorilla Grodd.
Oh, also don't mention, also in Unlimited, he voiced Red Tornado.
Oh, he did? I guess
Yeah.
I forgot. Thank you for reminding me, Chris.
No problem, but yeah. Also checking here.
Ben Falcon.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yes. For those who don't know, Ben Falcon is the husband of Melissa McCarthy, but in this show, one of the Merry Melodies, he got to sing as Barnyard Dog, and then in the episode with Harry and Hawk, he got to voice him fully, which is awesome. Also, be right back. But he talk more about the casting.
But yeah, Tina had two voice actors. The first season it was Jennifer Esposito, who you may know from other films or like shows. Yeah, she did wonderful as Tina. But her second voice, Annie Malolo, yeah, that's how I was saying. I know her voice actor as well because she was also in Curious George, but both actors did good for Tina. This is my opinion. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there was Candy Milo because when Bill 77 had to say with Bugs and Daphne because of his power, she plays Svetlana, if you remember that episode.
I don't.
That's alright. Let's see. Checking. Nope. Okay, let's check it for more. Oh yeah, there was Jim Rash who played, Squirt Cecil Turtle. And yeah, surprising because he played the Riddler from the Harley Quinn series. He's also in the show Community, and what do you call it? Oh wait, yeah, Sky High. He played a character named was it Stitches?
Yes, right.
Mhm. But yeah, he did good for Cecil. Ooh. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there was Mindy Sterling. Yeah, because she played Tina's beauty school teacher. If you ever saw the episode,
It might have been one time, but
there was also Octavia Spencer. She was in the DMV episode. If you ever watched that one too.
I have. I just like it's been a while.
That's right. There's also Tara Strong. Let's see here, Carlos S. Rocky, and many more. Just appreciating the cast overall. They did great.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and now we can switch from here.
Alright, cool.
Alright, go ahead.
Alright, so, yes, as this is the final station presentation for 2011, and, you know, the Looney Tunes being a good, you know, send-off and everything, again, from the beginning, the Looney Tunes show isn't a great example of being both funny and random, and just everything about it, I really don't give a shit what people say. It's a really funny-ass show.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Nice. And you, Christian?
Yes, it has moments like what said, hate it or like it. I still think it's enjoyable. I got to see every episode of it on HBO Max twice, so I think it's a considerable watch. If you don't like it, then it's on you. It's your opinion, but I give it a 9 out of 10.
Losers. Anyways, and you, Fresh?
Alright, well, I still may prefer the classic Looney Tunes and any other Looney Tunes related media. I still enjoy this show from here and there, and well, again, like while they may be put in a modern setting, at least they still have their established character quirkiness and all of them to make them, you know, that we know and love, to recognize and appreciate. But yeah, it did prove its staying power.
Awesome. And yep, that was our final review for 2011, and we'll see y'all next time for our first review for 2012.
Heck yes.